Welcome in, y'all. Welcome to the Billionaire Morning Show. Welcome in. Okay. All right. Y'all make sure y'all tap the screen and share the live if you are able to. If you at work, don't you get your ass fired for me. Make sure you just pay attention and you just listen and vibe out, okay? But if you can circulate some positive energy throughout this stream, I need y'all to tap the screen and share the live. Tap the screen and share the live. And then also, we do have a goal, y'all. We do have a goal. So we have a live goal of some teacups, okay? I'm thirsty. Send your girl something to drink, okay? The teacup goal is right there. The nice cool glass of tea is right there. Show your girl some love and send me a drink. You know when you at the bar, you at the club, you vibing with somebody, y'all having a good time. You say, "Drinks on me, y'all. Drinks on me." I know I've done that. I'm a Leo child. I be so extra sometimes. Okay, but nonetheless, I buy around. Somebody buy me a drink. Okay, we got a Billionaire Morning Show live goal of the tea drink. So yeah, go ahead and show your girl some love. But if you can't do that, if you can't do nothing else, just tap the screen and share the live, okay? Just tap the screen, share the live, comment, and vibe out. Let me know if y'all can hear this, any type of background. They are doing some work across the street, some construction. Can y'all hear that? Or do you hear it when I'm talking? Okay, you can't really. Okay, good. Okay. Okay, good. It's just loud for me, but it's not loud for y'all, and that's fine. All right. So welcome on in, y'all. Welcome on into the Billionaire Morning Show. Um, yes, make sure y'all tap the screen and share the live. All right, good. Y'all good. All right. So this week we are talking about prayer, right? The power of prayer. And if you missed yesterday's show, it was really dynamic. I felt really uplifted, and I'm sure everyone who was in here felt that as well. We talked about the power of prayer and what prayer should be and what prayer is not, right? We also introduced a new segment called Rich News. Rich News. What would you do? So this new segment that I introduced is just some wealthy news, just to kind of help you to expand your imagination, really see what's out there, the technology, the different experiences that people have with money, and get you thinking, opening your mind up. So yesterday we talked about the man who had bought uh, the golden ticket, if you will, to United Airlines. He bought the United Airlines lifetime pass. Okay. He bought it back in 1990 for $290,000. His name is Tom Stucker. Tom Stucker in 1990 purchased Airlines lifetime pass to fly. Okay. And he has flown over 23 million miles in the air, in the sky. So I thought that was a very interesting pass, and a very interesting story. And so I posed the question to y'all: would y'all buy that airline ticket? His name is Tom Stucker. Okay, so shout out to Tom, man. My man is flying high in the sky. So we talked about him, right? So our segment today in Rich News, what would you do? Okay, is about the rotating house that was built in California. Okay, near San Diego. Let's see. This is the rotating house that is. Would y'all live in a rotating house, a rotating mansion? Would y'all do that? I said, "Oh wow, a rotating home, a rotating home." So we're gonna talk a little bit about that today. Yeah, a rotating house. Yes. It turns 360, y'all. It is in California. Give me 1 second, y'all. Let's see. Kim said a rotating home. Grand Rising Lucky, Grand Rising Kim, Grand Rising True Beauty, Grand Rising Beauty by Bottom. My boo Hazel, Kim, and Nick. Welcome in, y'all. That's too much going on, right? So listen to this article, and this is by the Rob Report. If you want to look at luxury news, you want to kind of expand your imagination, the Rob Report is a great website. They send me emails every day about the different things that's going on in the wealthy world, right? What the rich are doing, what they're buying, expanding your imagination to luxury, right? So it says round homes are quirky enough, but our newly listed residence in California offers a whole new spin on the design. The famed rotating house in San Diego is the brainchild of AI and Gentstone, okay, who have just put their revolving creation on the market for a cool $5.3 million for the first time, reported by the Architectural Digest. Resembling something out of a sci-fi movie, its most distinctive feature is the second floor structure, which has been built on a steel track equipped with wheels, kind of like a train. A motor sets the whole thing in motion. At its fastest speed, the upper level can make a full circle in either direction in just 33 minutes. Okay, your home can rotate. Thank you. If you wanted to slow things down, the 360-degree rotation can be completed in 24 hours. Okay? If y'all don't want it to spin too fast, child. Welcome in abundantly. This unique and innovative property that can be best described as an architectural marvel, showcasing an incredible combination of luxury, functionality, and technological advancements, notes the listing, which is held by broker Melvina Selfani. She's going to make some money off of that. Okay. As it twirls, the sweeping views from the top of Mount Helix change from room to room, and the home is able to capture maximum amounts of sunlight at any angle. You can catch a glimpse of the Corando Bridge, downtown San Diego, the Pacific Ocean, Palmore Mountain, and beyond through the large floors to ceiling windows. Okay, so this house has floor to ceiling windows, and it spins. Okay. And it spins. It rotates. Altogether, the Palladio pad features 4 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms. You'll notice that the first floor and basement of the 5,300 square foot abode are completely stationary. So only the top floor rotates, y'all. The first level features a recreation room, a kitchenette, a full bathroom, and a central elevator. Here, you'll also find 2 car garages that's equipped with 180-degree turntables, so you'll be able to pull from any direction, which honestly makes sense. Upstairs, the main level offers 3,700 square feet of living space with a gourmet kitchen, an office, a great room, and a dining room. The coolest part is that you can step out onto the rotating 1,400 square foot deck and watch as the world passes you by. Of course, there's also fixed terrace in case you're not into the whole carousel vibe. Woo-wee! So this home is listed at $5.3 million. Okay. And it has, what was it? 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. Yeah. I don't know about that, y'all. How y'all feel about that? You'll put it on high speed, child. I will wake up confused as hell. Where am I? And did the child, I be done forgot I'm in that damn home. Okay. But nonetheless, $5.3 million for the rotating home, which is not bad. I don't think that's a bad price. What y'all think? I thought it would be bigger, but I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's cool. It's not enough rooms for me though. If I'm going to pay $5.3 million, I need more rooms. Yeah, I need more rooms. So that is our rich news. Would y'all buy that home? Lucky said no. It has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. Would y'all buy that home? Would you buy a rotating home? A little bizarre, right? Is that a purchase you would make? Money wasn't an issue? Let me know in the comments. So now let's talk about what's up, Belinda. Now let's talk about as a vacation home. Yes. Oh, okay. See if I can do a poll. Now, we were talking about the power of prayer, right? And what prayer should be be like and what prayer is not. And it was a quote from Neville Goddard in his book The Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. And part of that book says that prayer is not so much what you ask for, but it is but as how you prepare for its reception. Whatsoever things ye desire, when ye pray, believe ye have received it, and ye shall have it. The only condition required is that you believe your prayers are already realized. The only condition that is required for you, according to Neville, is that you believe your prayers are realized, that they are already answered, that the answer is yes. And we talked about that with our book Asking It Is Given by Abraham Hicks. Abraham has confirmed that time and time again, right? That when we ask, it is given. The answer is yes. So Neville followed up with that, and he says that the only condition that is required for you when you pray is that you are believing that your prayer is already answered. The answer is yes. It is realized. How cool is that? And even Jesus tells us that when we pray, believe that we have received it and we shall have it. So prayer ultimately should be a form of claiming, confirmation, thanking God. So some of us may have that internal question like, well, what if I'm praying for something bad? Or what if I'm praying for something and God is saying no? Hmm, I don't think that if you are truly in alignment, right? And as you're growing into alignment, anything that you pray for wouldn't, the answer would not be no. The answer would not be you cannot have it. And sometimes we don't even know what to pray for, right? I know we've all been there before. Well, we can't even communicate it. We don't even know what we asking for. Well, thank God that the universe still knows what we mean and what we need according to our vibration. Our inner being already knows. The greater version of ourselves, which is God, already knows. Even when our physical part, does not. And I love how the Bible puts it, how Jesus goes to the Father on our behalf, or how the Holy Spirit intercedes for us. You can look at it that way. You know, there's different perspectives of that. There's different ways that you can look at it. Abundantly says that protection is not what you think it is. God sees that. I love how Abraham put it, because Abraham encourages us that there's nothing to fear, no one to fear. So you're not necessarily protected, but it's more so you're guided. But some people may not agree with that, because you look at the evils of the world, you look at the bad things, or you have your own life experiences, and you're like, no, evil is out there. It's evil. It's bad. It's this. I mean, I agree, but I just choose not to entertain that stuff anymore. Right? I choose to focus on God guiding me, my angels guiding me. So those subjects can get a little murky. But you take it for whatever feels best to you. But just know that whatever you pray for, God is telling us yes. I pray for protection. Yeah. I love it. But nonetheless, prayer, whatever you're praying for, the only condition required is that you believe that your prayer is realized. So we talked about a little bit about yesterday too, especially me being of a Christian faith. I was taught, I know Kim can relate, and I know many of us can relate, that you got to go before you go to God, you got to repent, search my heart, God, you know, Father God, I come humbly before you. When he tells us to come boldly before the throne, right? You get caught, you kind of get taught to, mm, I don't even want to say humble. I mean, you can say humble, but to me, it's like belittle yourself, like shrink yourself up before God, and then go to him and ask him for what it is that you desire. And that's what we're taught. And I don't believe that is the case anymore. That's not my belief. God told me to go boldly before him. He loves us so much, and whatever we ask for, it is given. The answer is yes. More peace, more clarity, more money, a better life experiences, whatever it is. More joy, more happiness. The answer is yes. But see, here in this space as billionaires, right? We're tapping in with ourselves. We getting to know the power that is within us, the power that is God within us. So we're learning how to tap into that. We don't really believe, well, I'm going to speak for myself when I say this, okay? I don't believe that God is some big, beautiful being in the sky anymore. The Bible says that God is within us. The Bible says that God is within us. Absolutely. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Jesus said in his prayer, thine kingdom come and thine will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Thy kingdom come here on earth. What's up, Rayshawn? Hey, Nisi. Heaven is within us. You can literally experience heaven on earth. I love how Reverend Ike put it when he said, God don't get no better after you die. He said, God don't get no better after you die. Live your best life now. Universe, show me how easy it can be. Show me how prosperous and fun and exciting and fulfilling life could be. I wasn't put on this earth to serve people. No. Hell no. Now, do I enjoy helping people? Absolutely. I take great joy in that. But that is no longer my life's mission. Like, no. I'm not here to fix nobody's problem. I just enjoy doing what I do. And that's helping people the way I help people. This is fun. My good friend Lucky, he enjoys creating all types of designs and graphic designs and very creative in that sense, right? Did something for me last night in the blink of an eye. I was like, what the hell? How'd you do that? He's like, oh, it's nothing. You know, it's fun. Here, take it. I'm like, well, damn, okay. You know, that's something that he enjoys. I benefit from it. Whoever he helps benefit from it, right? That's just a joy that he has. We all have things that we love to do. That's just fun. My boo Nika, she loves being positive. Hence why she's in our Facebook group now. And she loves like just sharing the positivity, helping me out on the back end of things. Thank you. Just something that she enjoys. And it's a benefit for me in particular. Ultimately, what I'm saying, y'all, is that whatever your gift is, whatever your talent is, somebody can benefit from it, right? Somebody will benefit from it. You don't have to make your life mission trying to help people. That's ultimately what I'm saying. Your gifts and your talents are enough and they will help somebody, or they are helping somebody. Especially if it's just something you enjoy. It's just what you do. But you don't have to make that your life mission anymore. You don't have to make that your life's mission anymore. So I hope that helps somebody. Child, go have fun. Go have fun. Live your best life. Don't be trying to fix everybody's problem. Not saying you don't help people. You know? Not saying you don't be there for people. Not saying you be an asshole. No. But you can enjoy. You are more of more benefit when you are doing the things that you enjoy. Yeah. God abundantly said, God said your talents are your most valuable assets. All your desires will come in your living talents. I love it. Yes, this space is built on love. So I love the fact that we can reach out to each other. Or y'all have reached out to me. I thank God for y'all. I swear to I promise you I do. God knows I be needing y'all. And I don't be trying to ask nobody, but yeah, woohoo. God, thank you, Lord. So anyway, I'm just saying, I love the fact that this community is really built on love and good times and happiness and everything like that. And I love, that y'all are willing to help me with whatever I need, support me, and vice versa. We support each other over here. But nonetheless, I just want all of us to know, and I can't say this enough, is that I want the best thing y'all can do is just be happy and live your best life. Do the things that you enjoy. Like, just have a good time. Have a good time. Just find something fun and exciting to do. Treat yourself. Love on yourself, child. It is not your job to fix the world's problems. Like, it'll all work out. It'll all work out. And whatever you want, it is yours. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. What you got to do, our work as the physical beings, the physical part of us, is to get into alignment. That's our job. Get into alignment with what it is that we're desiring. That's our work. Feeling good. That's our work. That's our job. Expanding our imagination. That's our job. That's the part we got to play. I know, I know we are programmed, or we were programmed and taught that it got to be harder than that. You got to struggle for it. You got to work for it. You got to hustle for it. You got to grind for it. You got to earn it. You got to work hard. Hell no. We taking the easy way out. Doesn't mean we don't take action, but we don't work hard over here. Not as billionaires. Absolutely not. What the hell you manifesting for? Working hard and manifesting do not go hand in hand. Doesn't mean you don't take action. Doesn't mean there isn't a physical aspect that you got to do. You got to play your part too. But life can be a lot easier once you start leaning into your spiritual leverage, which is manifesting, utilizing your spiritual leverage. Remembering that God got angels all around you, child. Your ancestors, all of them just loving on you, watching over you, your inner being, God, source, whoever you want to call it, Jesus, I don't care. Buddha, I don't care who you call it, what you call it. Just loves you, loves all of us. And our part is to feel good as best as we can. And whatever you pray for, the answer is yes. I want us to listen to this quick word by Reverend Ike. Y'all turn y'all volume up. Listen to what Reverend Ike says. Can y'all still hear me? Put a one in the chat if you can still hear me. And you can hear this audio. Let me know, y'all.
You're turning on after I shocked you by telling you that prayer is neither heard nor answered by a God in the sky. I want to give you a new definition for prayer, some of you. Prayer is a positive mental transaction within your own mind. Prayer is a positive mental transaction within your own mind. And so as such, prayer is not even a religious exercise. Prayer is what you say to yourself within yourself. And to put it in the first person again, because I want you to be able to use this message. Prayer is what I say about myself within myself. And I want to go back to the text that we read a few moments ago concerning the episode of the woman with the issue of blood in the Gospels.
Listen to this part, y'all.
In the Gospels, there is this lady who had an issue of blood for 12 years and who had tried all kinds of remedies and good physicians, but nothing helped her. And finally, Jesus came to town to conduct a meeting. She had heard about him. How many people had been blessed and helped and healed through the ministry of Jesus? And the words of the scripture, which I just read, tell us that she said within herself, if I may but touch his clothes, I shall be made whole. And I want to point out something to you good Bible people that perhaps you've never noticed before. Notice where this woman's prayer was said. Notice where this woman's prayer took place. This woman did not address her prayer to a God in the sky. But the scripture says what? She said within herself. If I may but touch his clothes, I shall be made whole. And so I want to suggest to you a new way of prayer. When you pray, you are really talking to yourself. You are talking to your own mind. You are convincing yourself of the good which you desire. And here again, you know, when you pray, you have no one to convince but yourself. So many people waste a lot of time with this so-called religious praying by trying to convince a God in the sky to do something for them or to give them something. But here again, and I have to hold the guideline on the scriptures because we're going into the Bible Belt. This woman's prayer took place within herself. She said within herself, if I may but touch his clothes, I shall be made whole. That was a mental transaction which she made within her own mind. To go into a bit of mind science and science of living for a moment, her conscious mind impressed the idea of healing, the idea of wholeness, the idea of restored health upon her subconscious mind. And this is the mental transaction. These are the mental mechanics which take place when you pray. The conscious mind conveys an idea to the subconscious mind. With her conscious mind, she selected the idea of wholeness, the idea of health, the idea of healing, and declared it and affirmed it. And the subconscious mind accepted that idea of healing and of wholeness. This is why here in these services, we're always affirming, even to the point of being redundant. I want you to know that I am purposely redundant in my messages and in my classes. Oh, of course, I studied theology, homiletics, and hermeneutics. But I found that people don't need that. People need something that they can use. People need the truth presented to them in such a way that it will set them free.
Ooh-wee. Y'all heard that? Prayer is a mental transaction. Prayer is something you confirming with yourself. Woo-wee. That was good. And I know everybody who read the Bible, y'all know that story of the woman with the issue of blood. And I never looked at it in that perspective. I'm like, oh wow. She did. She confirmed it with herself before she even touched the hem of his garment. She said that. She said that. She claimed it before she even touched him. Wow. Wow. All right, I'm going to send some invites out. Listen, we do have our prosperity game challenge that's still going on, y'all. We are on day 20. Day 26 at I'm sorry, y'all. At $89,101 on the prosperity game challenge. If y'all have not opted in for it, if you want more money, you want more abundance, you want more joy, you want more freedom, you want to expand your imagination, the price thing that you need to play, okay? As we have our guests come on up. Welcome in, my boo Deanna.
Good morning or grand rising to all people.
Grand rising, boo. How are you?
I hear a lot of noise because I'm driving. I'm good this morning. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Oh,
I'm wonderful. So what are your thoughts on today?
So I just caught the part with Reverend Ike preaching. Woo-hoo! That was dope because I never looked at it like that either. Because like he said, you're praying to someone in the sky, but you need to be pretty much praying to yourself and giving yourself that confirmation that this is what you want, this is what you want to happen. So that was pretty dope. Yeah. I've never thought of it like that, and now like when I do pray, I have to think of it that like, okay, this is what I'm telling myself what I want, and I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. And I had read a quote from Neville earlier today, saying that prayer, the only condition that is required when praying is believing that you have received it, believing that your prayer is already realized, it's answered. It should be a form of claiming versus begging, you know?
Yeah, that part. That part right there, because that's the key word. Do not beg. Like, you have to confirm to yourself that you got this.
Absolutely. And that feels good to
And I think,
know.
yeah, that does feel good to know, because a lot of people felt that, like, oh, well, God, if I'm praying to God, He won't give me what I want, and this, that, and the other. And it's like, no, that's you not giving yourself what you want because you believe that you won't get it, so you won't get it. You're telling the
Hmm.
universe, okay, I don't believe I can have X, Y, Z. So it's like, all right, then shit, you ain't gonna get it.
Right. Either way, you're
Right.
right.
Either way, either way, you're right. Exactly. Can y'all get it together this morning? I just want to go to work in peace. Like, y'all doing too
But yeah,
much.
yeah,
Doing too.
I appreciate that. I like that perspective of Reverend Knight too. I never broke it. I never looked at it that way.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody has. Everybody's just like, please, 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 God, please, 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 higher power.
Uh-huh.
It's like, you gotta tap into your higher self, which is, you're the operate power, you're the God of your reality. So tap into that. You can have whatever you desire. Don't sit there and be like the man upstairs. No, you are that person upstairs. You just gotta reach that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Abundantly says she is sending prayers that traffic has already cleared a path for you. I know that's right.
Honey, look, I thought I was gonna make it to work at 8 o'clock. I'm looking at the GPS. It says 7:21, so I'm way ahead of schedule.
Yes. Good. Amen.
Yes, good, amen.
Amen. Well, okay. You sticking around? Do you get to work?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Okay. Good. Good. All right. I'm gonna put you on mute. I'm gonna get what hear from Lucky.
Okay.
Okay.
Good morning.
Keep your yeah yeah. If you want to say anything, just jump right on in, Deanna.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, I was saying good morning.
Grand Rising, Lucky.
Oh yeah, Grand Rising. My bad, Grand Rising.
What's going
I
on?
ain't
What are
dead
your
alive
thoughts?
today. I'm still waking up. I don't took a shower and still ain't woken up. I'm still waking up. God is good. I'm woken up. I'm alive. I'm really
Mm-hmm.
enjoying the live tonight and the message.
Yeah. Anything you want to say about it? Any feedback? What's your thoughts?
Yes. For one, I've never believed God was in the sky, and for two, I was taught to always pray in gratitude. Instead
Mm-hmm.
of me, asking God for anything, I always just, if I pray for anything, it's usually for protection, but I'm always thanking Him, just thanking Him for the smallest things and for just waking me up and giving me another chance to get it right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because we are the masters of our manifestation. God is, He's just there to pretty much, open up the gateway. Because like you were saying earlier, whether if you believe in yourself, then you're right. If you don't believe in yourself, you're also right. Either way, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I just thank God for waking me up and letting me see another day. Get the chance to get right with Him.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Love it. I love it. It just takes the pressure off of you. I mean, when I was in church, we had people, especially like the deacons and deacons all over, child. They
Right.
pray these long, dramatic prayers, and sometimes they would be moving, at times, emotionally, spiritually moving.
Hmm.
Excuse me. Now that I know that that's not necessary, it's not necessary to do all of that. It,
Absolutely.
I'm just like, I could just really talk to God normally.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
hey, what's that? It's your girl. you know, it's me again. What's up? Like,
Nice.
everybody's relationship is different.
Everybody's relationship is different. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. So that
Absolutely.
feels good. That
And
feels
to
so
answer your
good.
question about the mansion, I will probably buy the mansion as an
Mhm.
Airbnb and only get people that I don't like to stay on the top floor and make it go super fast. While they make it spin super fast and they sleep. And then act like I don't know what's going on when they wake up.
And be like, what you talking about? My house do not move.
My house is not moving. Let me call 911. I think something is wrong with you.
Dion, I wanted to ask you. Oh shoot, she ain't hear about it. But yeah, Dion, we talked about
I am.
oh okay, the $5.3 million rotating home in California on the hills. Would you purchase that?
Heck yeah,
Okay,
I
yeah.
would.
Yes. So would you have it on rotation?
Oh yeah.
I'd be confused. I'd be so damn. There's a furniture. I don't know. Like, how does that work? Okay, the furniture probably don't move, but the floor moves, or does the home move?
I won't make it go so fast.
It takes 33 minutes for a full 360.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that's not bad.
Oh no, I forgot where I was, child.
They'll black out all the windows so they can't see out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can see somebody doing that.
The highway's right there. Where the hell am I? So yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I would
but
need to have more bedrooms though, because it only has 4 bedrooms
Oh
and three and
God,
a half
no.
baths.
Not
okay,
for
but
no
you guys are
5
talking
million.
about
I'm not.
California.
Girl, not for no 5 million and 4 bedrooms for 5 million. No, ma'am. Not even in California, sweetheart.
I know, but this is just how
I need at least
California
about
works. You're
eight.
just paying for the name California because everybody want to live here. So
That's
I
it.
live here in California. So you say anything in Los Angeles and any type of hills, guess what? Anything's over 2 million just off tops. Not just because the house could be run down and it's 1.2 million. You still got to put
Mm-hmm.
another $1 million of work into it. So that's just how it is. The market is very stingy out here. They don't give a damn.
Mm. This was in what's it called? Mount Helix Drive.
Mount Helix Drive. That sounds like it's somewhere in the valley where I'm going to now.
They say you can see the San Diego Bridge when
San
the
Diego.
home's rotating.
Okay, so that's in San Diego then. So Mount Helix in San Diego. Okay, so with that particular home in San Diego, they started matching the Los Angeles market in price, but the cost of living of how they pay people is not the same.
Really?
Very, yeah, because I'm originally from San Diego. I'm living in Los Angeles now, and literally is just very different. When I was trying to get an apartment back in San Diego back in, I want to say 2012, it was
Hmm.
$800 for a 2 bedroom. Now, when you go back to that same spot, about 2,200.
Damn.
Exactly.
Damn.
So you're just paying for the location and being in
Hmm.
California in the so-called weather, but we haven't had um, super duper weather because it's June. It's always June gloom here. So people have been like complaining where it's not hot, and I'm like, okay, it's coming. So y'all over here asking for it, and it's coming. We's about to
Yes.
have a hellish summer.
That's
So
interesting. And the humidity and everything there is not as hot as it would be here in the city. Like I'm in DC, so it's y'all different type of 90 degrees is different from ours, would you say?
it's a dry heat compared to a moist heat in the south
Okay.
and on the East Coast. So when it's 90 degrees and then like especially if you have like a fresh asphalt, laid, paved asphalt, oh that kind of like it feels like you're on fire.
Mm, damn.
Because I worked outside during COVID. I was working at a COVID clinic, and they just paved the stadium at USC, and we worked in that parking lot. And literally every day was a black flag day because we had to like work for 30 minutes and then we had to take a break because if we would try to like overexert ourselves, people were passing out left and right. So, but good thing we
Wow.
were all like, medical professionals. So, but some people was like, oh, I'll stay out here a little bit longer. And it was like, look, we're not doing this again with you passing out, boo.
Hmm. Yeah, wow. But I would
And
think
this is
up in the
just,
hills and those type of areas like where it's mountains are is it normally hotter or cooler there up in there?
That's the thing. It really depends on like what mountaintop you go to. Now, I also work in the mountains as well. So I think this was about a couple of months ago. It was hotter in the mountains than it was below in the valley. And I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody gonna let me in today. Today, let me in. Okay, thank you.
That's interesting.
So yeah, the weather's very, indifferent out here. And then like they say, you can experience pretty much every season in California. That is very true. You can go to the mountains, experience like the rain and snow, come down to the valley and, or go down into the desert and experience like super duper heat. Then you can go to the beach and it feels perfect. So you can do all that in one day.
And California is huge.
It's long. It's not necessarily like big like Texas.
Yeah, well, yeah.
It's the traffic for me.
That's what the 405 here in Los Angeles is literally a moving parking lot, as a lot of people will call it.
Ooh.
A slow moving parking lot. 5 lanes of everybody going at least 10 to 20 miles an hour.
Oh.
So I'll give you an example. Like when I used to work for the government, it's 11 miles from my house where I stay now. It would take me an hour to get there.
God dang. Yeah. Oh no, honey. I got to go. Oh. Wow.
So that's why a lot of people have like road rage out here. But for me, I just be laughing in traffic and whatnot, like I'm doing now. So
Yeah. I mean, you have to have some level of patience because, especially, if you live out there, you already know what it is. I mean, that's the same here too. Traffic here is terrible too. You got to leave out early. You have got to leave out. It's horrible here, especially on
you come here, you
395.
be like, never mind, it's not that bad in DC.
Hell no. You got to leave out early, especially if you're crossing that bridge over to Virginia, which is what a lot of people do, or a lot of people come out from Maryland, from like and it's like one major highway, 295, and that shit is always backed up because people who live in I don't know what, I guess that's going up northern part of Maryland, coming out to DC. It's just one long ass stretch and it's like 3 lanes from like Laurel to go to DC downtown, and it's always packed. But going into Laurel, you'll be fine in the mornings. If you're going into Laurel, you're usually pretty fine because people from Laurel coming to DC, they get paid more, cost of living is cheaper. But evening, child, around between 1 and 3, off the chain. Grand Rising, True Beauty, off the absolute chain. Anyway, I digress. I'm glad that y'all were able to come up here, man, and share y'all thoughts, man. I hope something was said that kind of change your perspectives, help your day go a little bit better.
Yes.
Good. Anything else you want to say?
No, I'm just like, I'm still floored by like, that sermon. I'm like, say what?
Let me know if you want me to send it to you too. It's that was
I
the
love
short version.
I said I love me some Reverend Ike.
Yeah, Reverend Ike is dope.
Yes, you can send that to me. Like, so here's the thing. I'm no longer on Facebook as of right now until I get like things up and going. So I'm still on TikTok and I'm on my other Instagram page. So.
Okay, cool. I can message you the link for it.
Okay, yeah, because I can listen to that while I'm at work because I ain't doing nothing. They just paying me to do nothing.
Ooh. Sounds good to me. What's up, CC?
We had a Billionaire After Dark, y'all, last night. I might get in front of the whiteboard today.
I was wondering when you was gonna get in front of the whiteboard. I was like, she's not on the whiteboard anymore.
Yep, I'll be back in front of there today. We talking about the power of prayer. We listened to Reverend Ike's video. It's called "How to Answer Your Own Prayer." Whoa! I just read that title. How to Answer Your Own Prayers. Woo-wee! Deanna already broke it down. She was like, "Wait, what?" She said she ain't never heard that the way he broke down the woman with the issue of blood and how she answered her own prayer. And I never realized that either. What about you, Lucky?
I've answered my own prayers in ways that I never thought I could. So,
Mm.
I mean,
What about with the way with the issue of blood? Did you realize that with her?
say that one more time, sweetie.
Oh, I said with what about the story with the lady issue of blood? Have you noticed that with her
I am
before?
so sorry. I am having technical difficulties over here. Please
Oh,
stand by.
okay. I
Okay, my
told you
bad.
to
My
dance.
bad. Huh?
The morning time.
You know my morning times are not the best times of the day for me.
Put it away. Okay. Let me know when you can come back. OMG, I have to listen to that when my grandma used to go to see him back in the day in NYC. Oh wow, that's tight. Your grandmother tight. Dang, she tight. But let's listen to it one more time before we go for CC. CC, do you love me? We're gonna listen to this one more time, y'all, before we close on out.
By telling you that prayer is neither heard nor answered by a God in the sky. I want to give you a new definition for prayer, some of you. Prayer is a positive mental transaction within your own mind. Prayer is a positive mental transaction within your own mind. And so, as such, prayer is not even a religious exercise. Prayer is what you say to yourself within yourself. And to put it in the first person again, because I want you to be able to use this message. Prayer is what I say about myself within myself. And I want to go back to the text that we read a few moments ago concerning the episode of the woman with the issue of blood in the Gospels. In the Gospels, there is this lady who had an issue of blood for 12 years and who had tried all kinds of remedies and good physicians, but nothing helped her. And finally, Jesus came to town to conduct a meeting. She had heard about him. How many people had been blessed and helped and healed through the ministry of Jesus? The words of the scripture, which I just read, tell us that she said within herself, if I may but touch his clothes, I shall be made whole. And I want to point out something to you good Bible people that perhaps you've never noticed before. Notice where this woman's prayer was said. Notice where this woman's prayer took place. This woman did not address her prayer to a God in the sky. But the scripture says what? She said within herself. If I may but touch his clothes, I shall be made whole. And so I want to suggest to you a new way of prayer. When you pray, you are really talking to yourself. You are talking to your own mind. You are convincing yourself of the good which you desire. And here again, when you pray, you have no one to convince but yourself. So many people waste a lot of time with this so-called religious praying by trying to convince a God in the sky to do something for them or to give them something. But here again, and I have to hold the guideline on the scriptures because we're going into the Bible Belt. This woman's prayer took place within herself. She said within herself, if I may but touch his clothes, I shall be made whole. That was a mental transaction which she made within her own mind. To go into a bit of mind science and science of living for a moment, her conscious mind impressed the idea of healing, the idea of wholeness, the idea of restored health upon her subconscious mind. And this is the mental transaction. These are the mental mechanics which take place when you pray. The conscious mind conveys an idea to the subconscious mind. With her conscious mind, she selected the idea of wholeness, the idea of health, the idea of healing, and declared it and affirmed it. And the subconscious mind accepted that idea of healing and of wholeness. This is why here in these services, we're always affirming, even to the point of being redundant. I want you to know that I am purposely redundant in my messages and in my classes.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, I studied theology, homiletics, and hermeneutics. But I found that people don't need that. People need something that they can use. People need the truth presented to them in such a way that it will set them free.
My man, Reverend Ike. My man, Reverend Ike. Absolutely, Jasmine. Absolutely, Jasmine hit it right on the head. Because, and Chica hit it right on the head too. Because we are God. Absolutely. You say that to the wrong Christian child, they'll go off. You are not God. No! That's blasphemy. You're going to hell. Okay.
Okay.
Say, they quit to condemn somebody to hell, child. Who that? Like, well, anyway, that's a whole nother subject. Quick to condemn somebody to hell. Like their shit don't stink. Sorry for my language this early morning. Y'all know what I'm saying. That's blasphemy. I bind thee, Satan. Whoa. Dang. Let me read what the Bible is right there. Grab the holy oil, grab the crosses, God, y'all. Everybody, gather all the saints. She said she is God. No, she did not. I bind thee, Satan. Get the oil. She's talking crazy. Yeah. Feels good to know that
God ain't like that. Life ain't like that. That's why I love Abraham so much. They just ease my soul so much. They took a lot of pressure off. Oh my God, they took a lot of pressure off of me. Oh. Mm. Anyway, I
Ebony,
got.
what do the Christians say?
I'm going thee, Satan. You are not God. There is only one God. What's up, Cortez? Thank you, boo. Thank you, Cortez. Oh my God, Cortez is that the real Cortez? Thank you, Cortez. Y'all follow Stand Up Cortez. He's a good person.
Okay.
That's Cortez from Off Wild and Out. Thank you. Thank you for gracing me with your
Oh wow.
presence. Yeah, he's a cool dude. He's funny.
I know that's right.
Yeah, Cortez is a good guy. Welcome to the Billionaires. Cortez is a unofficial member of Billionaire Black Women or Billionaire. Thank you. He loves Black women. I just say that.
Some more male energy over here.
We need
Okay.
more male
Okay.
energy. More good vibes. It's a good feeling space, man. Thank you, Cortez. I appreciate that. I never received the galaxy. Well, look at God. I never
No, that was
received the
cool.
galaxy. That's so dope. Thank you, God, for confirmation. And thank you, God, for Cortez. Um, Welcome in, LaShawn. Cece. I bind thee, Cece. Did you just say you
I'm so good. This movie.
were
They
God?
gonna get the oil and the holy
We gonna
water.
fry it?
Grab the
We gonna
oil,
fry some?
child. You ready? Thank you. Cece, what are your thoughts, man? Like, I love how Reverend Ike put that. It's man. What's up, LaShawn? What are your thoughts?
Well, first off, I love Reverend Ike. I love everything that he represents, and every single time I hear him speak, it's just absolutely amazing. I love what he said about this woman and breaking it down in that way in terms of like the conscious and the subconscious, because I had never thought about it in that way.
Mm-mm,
And
me
I,
either.
and Yeah, and I think it's really cool when people take these stories that we're familiar with and explain it in a more esoteric way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Y'all hear the babies in the background? I'm gonna go on mute.
Oh, you good? Yeah, I never thought of it that way. With Reverend Ike, man, with the woman with the issue of blood. I never noticed that she did confirm it to herself before she even touched God. Like she said it before she even touched it, and that's what Neville's
Yeah.
talking about when he says that prayer is claiming.
Setting those intentions.
Today. So if your goal is to be wealthy and healthy and abundant and joyous you got to claim it to yourself. Like Reverend Ike said, you got to convince yourself because God already
hmm
told us whatever we ask for, the answer is yes. It is a given.
Exactly.
So
And
us
notice
being
she didn't say I hope. I hope it can
nope,
happen.
mm-mm. Wow, that was powerful,
Yeah.
and that
So.
makes me feel so good, and it just affirms the power that we have. Like this
hmm
man, oh my God. I love manifesting. I love this journey. I'm so grateful for it because it is really empowering. When you are manifesting, you are supposed to feel empowered. That is you tapping into the God that is within you.
Right. The empowerment aspect versus the victim mindset.
Yes.
And instead of just hoping and wishing, knowing and declaring.
Knowing and declaring. My God. That makes my heart smile and it just makes me feel so good. And that's just the point of that. Huh?
That's blasphemy.
That's blasphemy. You are not God. Oh God. Oh man, it feels so good. It feels so good to know the power that we have, even with our words, our thoughts. This is why this space, we talk about the power of our thoughts and our words and all that stuff, and it can't be emphasized enough. And I don't feel bad when I repeat myself now, because Reverend Ike just said that this is why he repeats himself so much, because I want y'all to understand. And I'm so glad all of us have a great level of understanding of the power of who we are. But now that we're together and our minds are coming together, and we're not talking about garbage, we're talking about uplifting. And y'all see how we manifested ah $89,000 in 1 month. That's us as a collective. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's amazing. I was also gonna say, when it comes to like the repetition, it's so like when he said that, it like why he repeats himself, it stood out to me because I don't know, do y'all know that guy Mark? He's like on YouTube and he tells the story of how he like went and he bought his lottery ticket and then he won and he had already told the guy, yeah, I'm gonna come back for that car or whatever. He was saying, so I happened to be on his live the other day and he was saying that the reason why your mind needs repetition, or why the reason why repetition works, is because your brain is like designed to understand through repetition. So when you think about when you were in school, like as your teachers were teaching you, they taught you through repetition. Like they had to say that ABC song a bazillion times
Mm-hmm.
for you to learn your ABC. Now that's just a part of your understanding. So we have like, sometimes we have like all these subconscious beliefs that were attached to us early on, and the way to like kind of let go of those things is through repetition. So declaring things and saying things to yourself over and over and over and over has merit, because it's undoing the things that you've already accepted as true.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So if your mama told you you got McDonald's money a bazillion times, you're gonna have to affirm the opposite.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why when he says he doesn't get tired of repeating it, I think that that's good, because I know sometimes as coaches, you make it feel like, okay, like I done told y'all. Maybe you didn't hear me the first time. I already said it like
Okay.
10 times, but I think it's okay to repeat because it helps everyone.
Exactly. It gets embedded in you. And you start to see it in your walk and your talk. Let's see. Thank you, Maria, for the subscription, my boo Maria Escobar. Thank you, boo. Jasmine said, I didn't expect church today. I'm grateful. Yes, Jasmine, come on in here and get some confirmation up in you. Get more of that empowerment, baby. You can have literally anything that you desire. Anything that you desire, you can have it. Nothing is off limits to you. Shout out to my boo Maria. Thank you, baby. Miss LaShawn said, wow. Yes. That's what I'm saying, y'all. This is just beautiful. I love y'all. Y'all really make my day. Anybody else want to come up, share their thoughts? That sermon was good. It was only 5 minutes, but my God, it changed everything. But yeah, man. So now when we pray, Reverend Ike said, you ain't doing nothing but convincing yourself. You don't have to convince God. The answer is yes. Yes. You want $1 million? Yes. You want more joy? Yes. You want a lover? Yes. Better health? Yes. But you got to believe it for yourself. Mm, 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 mm. It don't get no better than that. And Cece, we also talked about um, making it our responsibility to fix problems, other people's problems. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, Neville talks about that in his books and lectures through revision, that revising for others, what you see happening with them. If you want something better for them, then you can use revision to help them with that. Because he says everyone is you pushed out, so if they are reflecting something that you don't like, then you can revise it and help them to be in a better space.
Yeah. Yeah. You can, and you, I mean, you can pray and you can envision things on the behalf of others too, because that's what he did. That's what he did. That's what he was known for. But I don't, he didn't make that his
Yeah.
responsibility. Like, I don't think,
Mm-hmm.
like,
No, Charlotte, are you?
I don't think that was like,
Oh
right.
man, it's breaking up.
Uh-oh.
I'm on the road. Yeah, I'm traveling, so I think I'm kind of going in an area because it was like chipping. I couldn't hardly make out what you were saying.
Oh, I was saying that I don't, Neville, although he prayed on behalf of others, he didn't make that his responsibility. He didn't make that his life's mission.
You don't want more? You want water?
Yeah.
You want this?
That feels good, man.
Do you know that the Florence? Oh gosh, I feel like I'm gonna say her name wrong. Florence Scovel Shin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she talks about it and she called them treatments. She's like, yeah, and then I did a treatment.
Yep, she
And I
called them
always
treatment.
what is the treatment? What did you do for the
Mhm.
treatment? But I feel like the treatment was probably revision or something similar to it.
I think so too, which is an interesting term. I think she did too, which is really dope. I mean, it just shows how tapped in they were, you know, how tuned in and tapped in they were with themselves and understanding the power and the depth
Yes.
at myself.
Oh, the baby's in a good mood today.
Yes, a little angel. Yeah. So that was good. That was really, really good. Shout out to my billionaires that's in here. Shout out to my boo Nika, Nisi, Deanna, Lucky, Blessed One. Hey, Blessed One. Blessed One. I got you. Drew, who did it? How Drew? Hi, Drew. Nisa, Jasmine Love. Welcome in, Jasmine. Make sure I get you a follow. Welcome in, Jasmine. Brenda Barnes. Hi, sexy face. I know that's right. Sexy facey. Okay. Nellie Cooper. Kim 2.0. That ain't my cousin, is it? Okay, no, that ain't my cousin. Child. That was Kim. I ain't want to have to block you, child. Maria and Primary. Good morning. Good morning. No, you ain't my cousin, child. I gotta block my cousin too, Kim. That's a whole nother story. But anyway, Kim laughing. I'm sorry. And my boo Maria, of course. And don't oh, that ain't Don's TikTok account. Okay. Welcome in, Don. But yes, y'all. Whew, this morning was really, really good. So we're gonna have class. We're gonna be in front of the whiteboard today, y'all. Anything anybody else want to say? So I'm going to get ready for that lesson today. So y'all catch me back here in about an hour and an hour and a half. Well, I'll be on at noon. Get myself together a little bit.
How do you feel today?
I feel wonderful. I woke up smiling. I said, thank you, God. Good morning, Jesus. Good morning, God. Good morning, Holy Spirit. Good morning, Abraham. I just say good morning, you know. I feel so wonderful. I felt lighthearted. I was tired. You know, I just got back from that trip and we did over a little over 12 hours of driving. So I didn't realize how tired I was. And so I'm sorry, y'all. So I'm grateful for that. I'm really grateful. Last night was amazing. So I went to bed on a high and I just feel good. I feel happy. I'm excited. I'm excited about the retreat that's coming up. Getting things out the way for that, y'all. I have 5 people that's interested. So the information will be going out today. Oh, Cece, were you still interested? I think Cece was. So there she was.
Oh, yes. Can you hear me?
Okay, now she's right. I can.
Yes, I am.
Okay, good. So I only have 5. I got blessed one already. Blessed one's good. I got 5 5 spots available. 6 of them are already taken. So I'm getting the information out to those 6 people, and I got 5 left. So if you're interested in the Billionaire Retreat that's happening September the 29th through October the 1st of this year, okay, in Rodaneth, North Carolina, go ahead and message me. We will be staying in a private home. The home is 14 bedrooms with 16 bathrooms. It is located on the beach. It has the elevator. On this retreat, we will have a private chef that's there Friday through Sunday, okay? That's going to prepare for us breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks, okay? We have a private pool, a movie room. We have so much in store. Each bedroom, it has a king size bed with a bathroom. You get your own private bathroom as well. If you want to come with the plus one, if you want to bring a guest, they still have to pay. Okay. But nonetheless, they will be sharing the room with you. If you don't mind bringing someone along and they share with the room with you, that's fine. To be honest with y'all, I don't even think we're going to sleep. I know that we say it's a retreat, but child, I don't think we're going to be sleeping because I know we're going to have a good time. It's just going to be a good time. And then it also includes the seminar with me. We're going to have workshops, all of that good stuff and more. And we're going to be on the beach. We'll have a private pool, heated pool. Amen. 3-story home, and then certain bedrooms leads to, because the home has the top 2 levels, I think, has a deck. So certain rooms gives you access to the deck, so you can walk off the room onto your deck. Like, it's a beautiful home, y'all. It's a beautiful home. So nonetheless, if you're interested, go ahead and message me so I can get the information out to you. Y'all, it will be out today. We were having a little technical difficulties with the payment part. So getting all of that together now. But nonetheless, it will be out to y'all today for sure. So you can go ahead and book your room. Also, if you are flying in, transportation from that airport, which is Norfolk Airport, will be provided. Okay, I got y'all. All you got to do is get there. Once you take your luggage off that plane and you get your behind in that transportation vehicle that I'm providing for y'all, you don't have to lift a finger. Once you drive up, you pull up into that driveway of that 3-level beautiful beach home, you don't have to worry about nothing. I got you. Okay? All you got to do is get there. Just get there. So anyway, if you're interested in that, go ahead and please message me. Let me know.
and I'll send you the information and everything that's included. I wanted to extend it to y'all first because if I put it out there on social media, then everybody gonna try to, it come because it's only 11 spots. So instead of doing that, I just thought I would just promote it somewhat internally. I promoted it in our membership group, so they have first priority to that. But nonetheless, it's limited. The spacing is limited. Let me see what y'all talking about. Yeah, it's going to be beautiful, Kim. And Virginia, it's Rodanus, North Carolina. It's in North Carolina, right there off the beach. It's beautiful. Also, if you haven't already, please tap into the Prosperity Challenge. Y'all, we are at $89,000. We got 4 days left. Are we going to hit the 100,000 marks? Did you play the prosperity game today? We are on day 26. Y'all have $26,000. Wait, are we on day 26? What was day 27? Oh shit. We are on day 27. So that means you have $27,000 to use. Plan the Prosperity Game Challenge. What are you using that money for? Okay, if you have not already opted into the challenge, please hit the link in my bio and hit join Prosperity Challenge and go ahead and get in on this money. As a collective, we have manifested over $89,000 just last week. Or was it this week? No, it was this week. Shout out to my billionaire Tree. Shout out to my billionaire Cece. Came in like swinging. CC, $1,000. Tree, $26,000. Come on, man. And I show y'all the proof. There's social proof. The Prosperity Game Challenge works. Play the game. If you want more money. That's if you want more money. Some of y'all are fine, some of y'all like, I'm good. I'm rich. I'm rich already. I got enough money. That's fine. You ain't got to play. But nonetheless, if you want more money, more abundance, you want to expand your imagination, playing the Prosperity Game Challenge will definitely do that. So we're at $89,000 as a collective. I'm believing in the next 3 days, we can hit that $10,000. Anybody got any money they done manifested? Who did what? We got $100,000 to reach this month. $100,000. Anybody manifested some money? Not yet? Okay. Lucky's in on the challenge. All right, you got $27,000 to spend. So let's do that. In Virginia Beach, North Carolina. Yep. Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, Deanna. It is absolutely gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. So message me, y'all, if y'all manifested some money today. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how y'all do. Y'all be tearing me up in my inboxes. My inboxes be lit. Y'all are so amazing. Oh, you just got back from North Carolina? Well, come on back again, child. We going in September. Come on in the room. Yes, I have. I'm excited about that. So I do got to take a call because one of the ladies that's helping me, we will have a actual doctor, Dr. Carmen. She's going to be on the trip as well. She's going to be one of our speakers. So I feel so good saying one of my girlfriends is an actual doctor, like a psychologist. So I'm excited about her. Let's see. I'm new here. How does the challenge work? Okay, so the Prosperity Game Challenge is where you create an imaginary checking account, right? So what you'll do is you'll opt in on the challenge. It'll send you some templates. It'll send you some blank checks that you can print out. And then it'll also send you a Prosperity Game tracker. But in short, all it is that you are writing out yourself some checks. You're doing
You're creating an imaginary checking account, right? And you have these checks, these billionaire checks in this tracker. So whatever day, for however long you're playing the prosperity game challenge, whatever day you're on, that is the amount of money that you're going to have in your imaginary checking account, right? So for example, let's say it's day one. Day one, you have $1,000. You're going to take that $1,000 deposit. You're going to write yourself out a check for $1,000. You're going to take that $1,000 and you're going to spend that $1,000 fully, right? So with your tracker, what you're going to do is write everything that you're buying with that $1,000. You're going to write a deposit day one, $1,000, and then you're going to write out everything that you purchase with that $1,000. Day two, you're going to deposit $2,000. Okay? You're going to write out on your tracker everything that you purchased with that $2,000. Day three, $3,000. Same thing. Write out, spend that whole $3,000 on whatever it is that you want. The longer you play the game, the more money you get, right? So day one, $1,000. Day two, 2,000. Three, 3,000. Four, yep, circulate the money. We don't say spend. That's right. That's right, Maria. Thank you. You're gonna circulate that money. You're gonna use that money up, right? We don't use the word spend, but nonetheless, you're gonna play that for however long. Well, we're doing it 30 days. So you're gonna each day you get a deposit for whatever day you are on. If you're on when you get to day 5, deposit 5,000. Day 6, 6,000, and whatever your amount of deposit is, you're going to use all that money. You're going to circulate all that money for whatever it is that you desire. But as you are playing this game, right, you're putting yourself in you're elevating yourself vibrationally, right? You are getting more confident with money. You're getting more comfortable with money. You're getting to the point where you're expecting money to come to you. And playing this game, you are consistently getting money coming to you. So nonetheless, it'll put you into a state of expectancy, and I promise you, the universe will line things up. You will start to experience more money coming into your reality. I hope I explained that good enough. Let me know. Grand Rising, Aurora. Was that good? It's time for the circulator. It's time for the circulator. It's time. Why that beat pop right in my head? Hey, thank you, Aurora, for that. Thank you for quenching my thirst, child. My
You know,
billionaires like thirsty up here.
that's
So what'd you say, Lucky?
I said the percolator song always take me back to my days when I used to go clubbing in Chicago.
Oh my God. It take me back
When
to
that
my good
the
knees.
whole song was crazy.
I know that's right. It take me back when my knees was, very, very flexible, very bendable. They didn't crack. All right. Amen. Um, let's see. Yes. Kim said yes. I got it. What day is the challenge currently on? We're on day 27. We're on day 27, but you can still start. So you can start from day one. You'll start from day one. We might run it back um, in July. I gotta pray about it. I might run it back in July though. But you will start at day one. Yeah, because you want to build yourself up to it. You want to get into the habit of okay, let me sit down. So you would start at day one, which will be $1,000. Because if you want to just go ahead and start to build that healthy habit, okay? Yep. Day one, the link is in my bio. This is if y'all want more money. Whew. And my billionaires have been killing it. We're at $89,101 as a collective. So I can't wait. I'm all right. I'm going back to work. Just crept in to say grand rising. That's good. Thank you, boo. Oh, Aurora, check your messages. Well, when I get off this live, I'll message you. You at work. Get your money. Get your money. What's up, sex therapist Dr. Mona? I like Dr. Mona. All right, y'all. So this was a great show. It went longer than what I expected. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to our YouTube channel. The video should be uploaded from yesterday's show. It was really, really good. Today's show is going to be uploaded as well. So y'all go ahead and subscribe to the Billionaire YouTube channel. And we're going to get ready for class. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to get in front of the whiteboard today. We're going to be talking more about prayer, right? The power of prayer and what prayer should be and what prayer is not. So we're going to get that. Shout out to all of y'all in here. Thank y'all so much. I got started late today. Hence why we're going so late now. I got started late today. I didn't realize how tired I was until I laid my ass down. Okay. So we'll be back tomorrow at 8 a.m. But nonetheless, this afternoon, 12 Eastern Standard Time, I will be in front of the whiteboard. We're going to talk about some things today. And then also, I'll be handling some stuff on the back end and on our membership program to become a billionaire elite. That gives you access to all of our whiteboard classes, live replays. We're actually going to be communing more over there. And it'll also give you a lot of perks and privileges as a billionaire elite. We'll talk about it. But nonetheless, all that information is in the link in my bio. Y'all check your girl out. Check your girl out. Go ahead and purchase your prosperity challenge. Opt on in to gain some more money. Check out our billionaire playlist. Thank him. I thank God for him so much because he showed me some love today. Okay. Thank y'all so much for tapping, sharing, being here, giving me y'all time. I so appreciate y'all. I will check it out. Have a great day, everyone. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lucky, so much. I'm going to bring it back. Oh, see.
Have a great day. I can't hear because my signal is short, but have a great day. And
You have a great day. Safe travels. My boo Cece child, she down in the valley. Bless her Lord. Bless her Lord. Deanna, you made it to work?
Yeah, I made it to work, but then come to find out, I'm like over 45 minutes early, so I don't start until 8:30.
Well, filet man. What you gonna do?
Well, I went to go buy some snacks, so
Get your snack on.
I'm done with that one. Yeah, just a snack on like some licorice. I got pumpkin seeds and some other stuff.
Licorice.
Yeah, I actually like licorice. I actually like black licorice. So.
What in the world?
Well, because
This
it keeps
boy
from
over
everybody
there
getting into it. That's why.
Huh?
I said it keeps from everybody getting into it because nobody like black licorice.
That's true. You got me there. You don't have to worry about me asking for that, child. But yeah, Deanna, if you can, I would love for you to come to the retreat too. Um, if you
Okay.
can, I know you're traveling a lot and everything like that, but it's going to be a beautiful thing, man. So if you're
You
able
said
to, I
North
would.
Carolina. I'm so. I'm sold on North Carolina.
Good, good. Okay, well, just message me. I'm gonna message you this Reverend Ike one too, though.
Oh yes, please and thank you.
All righty. All right, boo. Well, I'll see you in a minute. I'll be on. Well, you probably be
All right.
working, but nonetheless, if you peek your head in, that's cool.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Woo! Great show, y'all. Great show, great show, great show. I love y'all. I really do. Thank y'all so much for blessing me with your time and your presence. I appreciate every tap, every share, every gift, every comment. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great day on purpose. I'm gonna see y'all back in about an hour for class. So we're gonna be talking a little bit today, and yeah. If you should make a retreat chat on Facebook for the people going. I don't know if is everybody in there. Oh well, yeah, yeah. Once they make the deposit, yeah, yeah. For those who book, yeah, I could do that. I could do that. That makes sense. I gotta check in on this link so I can get y'all this stuff. I gotta check in, make sure we got the kinks worked out because I needed to be right before I send it to y'all. But nonetheless, y'all expect that today. We'll get it done today. All right. I love y'all. Bye, Nika. Well, not bye. See y'all in a little bit, Nika. Bless one. Drew, who did it. Thank you so much, Boo. Sexy Facey. Thank you, Kim 2.0. Kim 2.0. My boo, Maria Escobar. I love her. Welcome in, Maria. Maria, Maria. She remind me of a West Side Story. Growing up in Spanish Harlem. Thank you so much for subscribing, girl. Y'all know I'm silly. And shout out to my boo Nisa. Thank you so much for sticking around, y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. All right, I'll see y'all in a little bit. Bye, billionaires. Thank you, Maria, for subscribing. Thank you, blessed one. Y'all know I'm silly. Y'all know I'm silly. I hope Maria don't hate that song. I hope Maria like everybody always does that to my name. I love y'all. All right, I'll see y'all in a little bit. See y'all at 12. Come on back. We gonna learn today. They do. Maria probably said, "Here we go." She know I love her. She know I love her. All right, I'll see y'all in a minute. Noon Eastern Standard Time. See y'all. Thank you, Bless.